Hi guys, Steph here. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to revisit a pen that I showed you quite a number of years ago. I can't remember how many years, but it's slightly different, but well, it came as it is here, so I thought, yeah, okay, let's do a review on it. So what pen is it? Okay, is it the 45? Is it the 25? Is it the 15? Is it the Vector or the Jotter? Well, as you can see, it comes in this plastic case. You've got Parker down at the bottom there. And if we take the top off and take the instructions off for you there you go. Some of you will look at them and say, yes, I know what they are. What are they then? Yes, what we have is a Parker 25 fountain pen and ballpoint set. So, let's take the fountain pen out. Let's take the ballpoint out. Let's put the package to one side and let's do a review on them. So here we go. Here we have a Parker ballpoint. This is the Parker 25 that matches the fountain pen. Okay, so I'm not going to concentrate too much on the ballpoint because, as you people know, I'm a fountain pen chap. So let's pop that to one side and let's show you the Parker 25 fountain pen. Now the 25 pens, or the Parker 25 flighter pens, nice and simply from around about 1975 through to I believe around about 1994. They came, as I say, in this sort of flighter design. They also came in a matte black, and I believe there's one that's sort of quite rarish. It came in a white colour as well. Also, as you can see here, and as you'll see in a moment, the sort of plastic trim on this particular pen is in blue. Again, I believe they brought them out in a couple of rarer colours. You can also get, I believe they actually brought out a black, so where you can see on this particular pen everything is blue. They brought them out in black, and also two quite rare colours, one being orange and one being green. So they brought them out in a few different sort of variations, some being rarer than others. But the blue, as you see here, is quite a common one. But all in all, a very nice pen. Now, this pen was designed by Parker, and I believe it was actually designed for the age group, or they was targeting the age group of between 18 and 30. And I believe it became quite successful as well. And well, the design of the pen I think is quite iconic, and again, the way Parker described the design, it was a rugged, functional, space age design. Sounds lovely, doesn't it? Now, the space age design, as with the last review that I did on this pen, I term it as the Marmite of fountain pens. And what do I mean by that? Nice and simple, the Parker 25, the design of them, you either love it or you don't. I personally think they're great pens, and as I say, it'll become an iconic, well, they are a collector's pen already, but they'll become very collectible in the future because of the design. The size of it, from the top of the cap to the bottom of the barrel, around about 131 millimeters capped. Around the barrel here, the sort of widest part is 11 millimeters in diameter, and you'll notice as we go from the widest part down to the bottom, you can see this design has got this sort of a step down towards the bottom there. If we take you up to the clip there, you can see the clip is now different from the sort of traditional Parker clips that we know. it's quite a square clip, as you can see there. And as you've seen also a little bit earlier, you can see it's got this square black little cap stud, if you like, with the Parker logo. And to the very top we've got this blue button to the very top of the cap there. Now, as I say, it's one of them pens that you rather like them or you don't. Let's take it up to the barrel imprint. Now, the difference with some of the Parkers, if you look there, you can see it says Parker. Now, if I turn it round slightly, you'll see that it actually says made in UK. And then just to the right there, you've got the date letters there, and the date letters on this one is an 111I, which is dating this pen to the first quarter of 1994. So I would say it's quite a late pen. When they sort of began to sort of stop making them, this would be quite a later one. One of the other reasons we can tell it's a slightly later model is that the earlier models, where this one has made in the UK, the earlier model, they had made in England. Now, just to show you that, again, if I bring the ballpoint, because the ballpoint on this one is slightly earlier. You can see it's got the Parker there, and then if we turn it round slightly, you'll see it says made in UK, sorry, made in England, which makes it earlier. And if I rotate it slightly, okay, you'll see it's got the date letter on this one is two sort of I's or ones. Okay, so this one I'm actually dating around about 1984, the fourth quarter of 1984. So the ballpoint is actually an earlier model as opposed to the fountain pen. But I don't know, maybe sometime, you know, they were actually matched up or whatever in the shop, in the factory, I don't know, or somebody simply bought them like this, or they were put together. Who knows? Now, let's take the cap off the Parker 25 fountain pen. As you can see earlier, it's a push on, push off cap. And let's take you up to this section. You can see the section again in blue, and quite a long sort of plain section which sort of goes into the nib to the top there. And there's the Parker 25 nib. It's a wraparound nib or a semi wraparound nib like so. There's the feed underneath. Okay, so I'm hoping you can see that. So you can see the nib wraps around the feed most of the way round. There's a sideways view. One of the other things you may notice on this nib here, there's no slit or there's no breather hole. Once again, you can date this nib to a later version because the earlier ones had a breather hole. So all in all, a very nice pen in my opinion. Comfortable to hold, it's a lovely size even with my large hands. Now, unfortunately, if we unscrew the barrel, there's no cartridge or converter. This pen will take an ink converter, and it will also take a cartridge. And as far as I'm aware, it's never been inked. Okay, so in excellent condition. But what we'll do, because I'm sure you people like to see them writing, we'll just test it by dipping it in our ink. So let me just dip it in there like so. Let's take the excess off and let's have a write with it. So there we have it, Parker 25, made in the UK. Again, I'm dating this one around about 1994, and as we said, the first quarter. Let's just dip it in again a little bit, take off the excess. Now the lovely thing about these pens, although it's what I term as a Marmite pen, you either like it or you don't, they're actually very nice, smooth writers, and therefore they make excellent everyday writers. Okay, so there's a writing sample. It's writing with a medium line. As I say, these are quite renowned for being excellent writers. The pen itself obviously is a robust pen which will last, but a lovely, nice everyday writer pen. So let's put that to one side. We'll clean the nib once we finish the video. In fact, what I'll do, let me just give it a wipe. Let's pop the... Oh, one thing I've not actually shown you, just out of interest for you people. Parker 25 ballpoint pen, and this one made in England. Okay, so cap activated, and again, as you can see, is in full working order. So there we have it, a Parker 25 fountain pen and ballpoint set, one made in the UK, one made in England, so one being a little bit earlier than the fountain pen, but all in all, you either like it or you don't, but they make superb everyday writer pens, and they are, you know, a substantial pen. That they're made from stainless steel. Presumably you would have guessed that, but they are a substantial fountain pen and very nice writers as well. So I hope you've enjoyed looking at the pen and the ballpoint as much as I enjoy showing them to you people. Don't forget, leave a comment below, don't be shy, and have you subscribed? If not, why not? Subscribe now. And last but not least, down below, if you possibly can, please support my work. But for now, I'll just say bye bye for now.